we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel my leg and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost. The comrades I've lost won't stop hurting.
Hey guys, it's the Reaper Hunter. So, in the last big video I made, I tried to point out how Warframe is struggling to keep the attention of veteran players. So, for this video, I'm going to be talking about the other side of the coin. A pattern I've come to notice about Warframe is that it is extremely unapproachable for new players. Now, I don't mean it's unapproachable as in it's unappealing. No, of course not. Watch any trailer or positive review for Warframe and you'll be itching to play it. But it's unapproachable in the sense that it's absolutely overwhelming for new players. Now, I'm talking new players who are joining as fresh as possible. No referrals, no veteran friends recommending the game to them, so keep that in mind for the duration of this video. Now, I doubt I'll get many disagreements of people saying that the best part of Warframe is definitely the middle. You figured out how the mechanics work, you know how the game goes, you got plenty to do. You're far from the problems I usually cover on my channel. The issue that I'm trying to point out to you all today is the gigantic wall that new players need to hurdle over in order to get to that nice middle part. What giant wall am I talking about? Well, get comfortable. First, the intro sequence. By now, a lot of you know that I'm a stickler for story. Without a story, your game has no structure. But one of the first things a new player is probably going to scream when he joins this game is, what the fuck is anything? Let me give you a rundown of the first 20 minutes of this game. You are thrusted into a world not knowing what the hell is going on. In the beginning introduction, you got this Lotus lady talking in her head about something regarding an old war. You've been in a sleeping pod for some reason. Some old guy named Vor has a key and the equipment to open your tomb for some reason. Said old guy named Vor puts a house arrest ankle bracelet on you to give to his queens for some reason. And apparently your ship has split personality disorder for some... You see where I'm going with this? Yes, you find out most of that stuff after hunting Cephalon fragments, doing quests, or binge-watching DK's lore videos. But you won't even know what a Cephalon fragment even is until you're halfway through the game. By the way, tutorials, there are none. I hate to say it, but Warframe does such a piss-poor job at explaining its core mechanics, it's almost sad. It strikes me as almost gut-wrenching how the first segment you unlock in your ship is the freaking market. Any new player's first perspective of this game is going to be, oh, I need to buy this platinum stuff if I'm going to get anything. That's because the market only shows platinum prices. It doesn't show how you can just go into it, buy a blueprint, and manually craft it. Because you actually have to go into the item and hope that you notice the little blueprint button on the bottom right corner. Plague of Gripes described this exact situation perfectly. I'll show you a quick clip here.
In order to rotate through new weapons, you have to go to the market. And when people look at the market, they say, oh, this is a microtransaction store, because they go in and they find that they can't buy anything without using platinum.
So is it primarily buying shit, earning shit, or finding shit?
No, that's the thing. Like, you can do everything. Everything in Warframe can be free. But the market, which looks like a microtransaction store, is actually like your level up sort of area where you can like buy blueprints for weapons and then take them to your foundry and then build those. It's a mess.
Thing,
it's a fucking mess.
This makes any new player's first impression of the game going to be something like, fuck, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money if I want to get anything done around here. Which is why Warframe is often seen as a pay-to-win type of game. Because it doesn't really show them that you can do anything in this game for absolutely free. Because what it prioritizes is shoving those platinum prices in your face more than how to actually play the damn game. But if you're a new player who doesn't lose interest after all that, you're going to basically get a quick run-through tutorial of how to use your foundry and a quick introduction to Corpus that explains virtually nothing. Okay, yeah, last gripe about this, but seriously, the market took priority over as something as vital as mods for weapons and warframes? I mean, come on, DE, you know it's fucked and you know it. So after you get the idea of how the foundry works, a quick introduction to Corpus and so on, you go kill Vor, and that's it. That's literally it. You're left to figure out everything else by yourself. You're left to sit and ponder what even are you supposed to do, because you have been left with basically no direction or goal. Now, I have to say, thank God the Warframe community is as nice as they are. Because once you're left alone like a kid lost in Walmart, you're going to be getting most of your questions and answers by veterans who have nothing else to do. The game doesn't explain basic stuff like mastery rank, mod capacity, endo, prime equipment, relics, anything regarding the story, which is basically locked behind a codex, which is also not explained how it works. Clans, rivens, kuva, syndicates, etc. It just barely shows you how to walk, and then the community basically has to teach you how to do everything else. The three people in this community I have the most appreciation for is Mugamu, Tactical Potato, and an old friend of mine named Ravel7. These three guys basically taught me how to play Warframe back in 2013. Next to playing the game, myself, these three guys were basically the talking instruction manuals on how to not suck at Warframe. But, there's another factor I didn't really realize until I wrote the script. What made this game so much more approachable back then was how little there was to do in the game. Now, of course, that's a strength and a weakness. Obvious weakness is that no stuff to do equals no fun. But the strength was that with so little to do, there was so little to learn and figure out. It was still completely void of a tutorial, don't get me wrong, but everything was so damn simple that you didn't really need one. You only needed to figure out how X mod affected Y thing and learn how to shoot somewhat straight, and boom, you got like 70% of the game figure out. It was simple back then. There wasn't so many resources, so many different types of resources, so many types of damage tagged with their own strengths and weaknesses. There wasn't so many game mechanics that made huge and small roles towards your actual gameplay experience. And again, please don't get me wrong here, these changes were mostly only for the best of the game, it only improved the experience. But it was these changes and updates that made the game so much more complicated. As veteran players, we know how this game works better than the back of our own hands. But if you're a new player who just joined this game recently, well, all I gotta say is I hope you find a friend that helps you get settled, because otherwise, good luck to you. So that's my 2 cents on how approachable Warframe is these days to newcomers. Of course, I can't speak for all new players because I haven't been one for over 4 years now. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion, this is just mine. And once again, I feel the itch to remind you all that I don't hate Warframe. If I hated Warframe, I wouldn't be keeping up with it for the past 5 years and doing YouTube videos about it. So try to keep that in mind while you're smashing your face into your keyboard trying to tell me how dense I am. Next serious video will probably be something about Rivens, but until then, let me know what you guys think of this one. Completely agree, completely disagree, you stopped watching 2 minutes in and demand I delete my channel? Let me know down below. I'm the Reaper Hunter. I'll see y'all later.